Hello again. I'm sure that we've all heard about the Tulsa massacre when white racists killed hundreds of black people in 1921 and burned down their businesses and homes in what was sometimes known as the Black Wall Street. The only problem is that the more one looks at it, the less the events seem to resemble what we all supposedly know. In the description to this video, I give a link to the Wikipedia page about this event, and so I'm saying stuff which everybody in the world can very easily see. Let's just look at the sequence of events and see if we can make any sense of what happened. To start with, a young black man was arrested and accused of assaulting a white girl in a lift, which was almost certainly untrue. There was nothing in the business, but the police investigated and he was arrested by a black police officer and a white detective. Once they had him in custody, a lynch mob gathered of white people who were angry and thought that something dreadful had happened. The police made it clear that nobody was going to harm the teenager, and they managed to discourage the white people. The white crowd were unarmed. At this point, the affair might very possibly have just died down. Then 50 black men turned up, all of them carrying rifles and shotguns. They offered to help the police guard their prisoner, but this assistance was declined. Inevitably, the white men then went home and fetched their guns. The National Guard were called in to look after the black teenager, and things calmed down again. Then 70 or 80 black men turned up, all carrying guns. There was a scuffle and an exchange of shots between the black men and the armed white men. 8 white men were killed and 2 black men. We bear in mind at this point that it was the black men who first brought guns onto the scene, and they were the first to open fire, and also that 4 times as many white men were killed as black people in that initial skirmish. Once the shooting began, things got very nasty, and some black men took to the rooftops and started sniping down at the white crowds. This was dealt with by the white people by torching those buildings, and of course the fires spread. Nobody knows how many people died in the end, but it was probably 30 or 40 people. A third of them were white, so it wasn't really a racist massacre. In recent years, extensive efforts have been made using ground-penetrating radar to uncover the supposed mass graves which urban legend suggests have been dug after the disorder. Nothing has yet been found, and the odds are that nothing will. As I say, probably 2 or 3 dozen people were killed, a third of them white, and the fires that were lit that day certainly got out of hand. Although this is all freely available on Wikipedia, this version of the events is a bit different from the one which many people talk about on the internet.